The Genovese crime family is widely known within law enforcement as the Ivy League of the underworld, the family that gets it right.
Lucky Luciano was the guy who really made the mob what it is today. Luciano was the boss. Vito Genovese was the power.
Genovese was violent. He liked to have bodies in the street. He liked to have people thrown through windows and off roofs and knocked off.
Frank Costello was the gambling czar of this country.
Costello owned the judges. No judge in New York City was appointed without Costello saying, okay.
You have these two Vincent Gigantes. During the day, he was a disheveled person, disoriented, mumbling. But in the evening, he would get in a limousine with a driver, and they would take him up to this swanky midtown townhouse.
This is the largest of the 5 New York organized crime families. It has hundreds of members, and it is extraordinarily powerful.
Of all the legendary names in the history of the New York Mafia, including Gambino, Bonanno, Colombo, and Lucchese, one stands apart: Genovese. Even today, after government crackdowns and infighting have ended the mob's golden era, the Genovese family is down but not out. It continues to make millions every year through rackets ranging from labor corruption to extortion to drug trafficking.
Make no mistake about it. This is not a script for The Sopranos. This is the real thing.
In April 2001, the FBI rounded up 45 reputed gangsters and associates, wise guys with names like Sammy Meatballs and Frank the Fish. The arrests were made with the help of an informant inside the Genovese crime family. The men who created the family would never have tolerated such disloyalty in their ranks. But of course, they came from another world. In the 1890s, 3 boys were born into 3 southern Italian families. These families didn't know one another, but they shared a common dream: making a better life for themselves in the new world. In time, the 3 boys would find each other on the bustling streets of New York City. Together, they would create their own dark version of the American dream, reshaping the criminal underworld in their own images. The first of these 3 boys was Charles Lucky Luciano, born Salvatore Lucania on November 24, 1897, in the Sicilian town of Lercara Fridi. He was the oldest of Antonio and Rosalia Lucania's 4 children. Salvatore's father, a sulfur miner, brought his family to New York in 1906. They moved into a Jewish section of Manhattan's Lower East Side. But the promise of a better life in America still seemed beyond young Salvatore's grasp.
People like Luciano used to look around and think, this is not a future I want. Because wherever you look were men with large families working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, for 50 cents a day.
Luciano didn't want to work with a pick and shovel. He said there are other ways to make money without working hard if you use your wits, and that's what he decided to do.
In 1910, Salvatore dropped out of school to work as a delivery boy for a hat maker.
Someone induced him into becoming a messenger and carrying drugs, and he used to put the heroin in the hat boxes and then walk around that way.